Hello dear students, today's topic is dihybrid cross. In this topic, I am going to discuss about what is a dihybrid cross, and thereafter we will perform a cross having two characteristics or two different contrasting characteristics. So what actually is a dihybrid cross? Let me tell you. Mendel, he had performed various crosses that I have mentioned in the previous video where we have learned about monohybrid cross. In a dihybrid cross, two different contrasting traits are taken in account and then these are crossed simultaneously. So what Mendel has done, let me tell you. Now Mendel had performed simultaneous crosses with two different varieties of pea plant having two contrasting traits simultaneously, and thereafter he has done this cross to study the inheritance of two pair of contrasting traits. So what happened after crossing the two variety of contrasting traits of pea plants? So the result were amazing. Now he had taken a homozygous yellow seed pea plant which is also round in nature, which are both the dominant traits, while he has crossed this type of pea plant having the yellow seed and round in nature with that of another pea plant having a wrinkled seed and green in nature, green color pea seed with wrinkle nature. So these two opposite or contrasting traits are taken into account. And thereafter, after crossing these two variety of plants, what he has seen, he saw that the F1 generations that he have obtained were all round and yellow. That means round seed, yellow in color. So these were dominant in trait. You know that dominant traits always express itself in the F1 generation or the first filial generation. So the parent generation were round yellow and the offspring or the F1 generation or first filial generation were the round yellow. So green wrinkle color was not even seen in the F1 generation. Then thereafter what happened? Thereafter the F1 plants were self-pollinated. So all the plants that were of F1 generation were self-pollinated. F1 generations, the F2 generation that were obtained were in the ratio of 9:3:3:1. So 9 round yellow seeds, 3 round but green seed, and again 3 that is wrinkle and yellow seeds, and thereafter the parental generation that was the recessive one, that is the wrinkle green seed in 1. So 9:3:3:1 ratio was obtained in the F2 generation or the first filial generation after crossing the self-pollinating the F1 generations. So let's start with the So let's start the dihybrid cross using a Punnett square. Let's start the activity. So I'm just rubbing this because I need much space for writing it. So this is the dihybrid cross. So I'm taking the parent generation. In the previous video I told you how to write the parent. The parent is round yellow. Both the round as well as the yellow traits are dominant. So I'm writing it with capital. So it is round yellow, right? These are parent crossed with the wrinkle, the same alphabet but in the small form. Green, round R stands for round, yellow Y. Okay, the same alphabets will be there but in the small letters. So it is wrinkle green for the recessive trait. I hope you have understood up to this, right? Now let me proceed. Second generation are round yellow and wrinkle green. So as I have told you in the previous video, we have to find out the gametes. So write the gametes. Gametes are what? R, Y. How many combinations we'll get? How many gametes? There will be 4. R, Y, R, Y. Again R, Y, R, Y. So it will be 4. Right? This is for the round yellow gametes. Again here the same way we will get like this, round yellow, wrinkle green, wrinkle green, wrinkle green and wrinkle green. So here 4. So 4 and 4. These are the gametes of the parent generation. Now we will get the F1, first filial generation, F1. So cross between these two parent. So R, Y, Y. Capital R, capital Y, small I. See, don't write like R, Y, not like that. R, that is this characteristics or this trait is a particular trait. The alleles will be together. So R, capital R for the round and wrinkle, small r. These parents, okay, the allele from here, this parent. And here R and this Y from the yellow and here from the green. So these are the genes. Okay. So you write like that RRYY. So what will be all the combinations? All will be RRYY, isn't it? We will just consider 2. There will be so many, but we will just consider 2. Right? Now we will self-pollinate the F1. So all the F1 are round yellow, isn't it? See, the dominant trait will express itself, but the recessive trait cannot express itself in the F1. Already we have discussed in the previous video, so it will be round yellow. So all the F1, okay, plants will be round yellow, all round yellow. Now what we are going to do is, what Mendel has done, that he had crossed this round yellow, that is the self-pollinated the F1 plants. So let me start with the F1 plant. I have to rub this because I need some space. So it will not accommodate here. So we will start from the F1, this part we will start from here, right? So check out. So we will start with the F1. So what are the F1? Let's see. See, this was the F1. This was the F1. So on selfing the F1. On selfing means self-pollinating. Selfing F1. So on selfing the F1 generations, what will be the gametes here? What will be the gametes? See, capital R, capital Y, capital R, small y, right? Small r, capital Y, and small r, small y. This will be the gametes. Okay, here also the same thing we will get. Capital R, capital Y, capital R, small y. Again, small r, capital Y, and small r, small y. So these are the gametes. Right? Now what we are going to do, we need a big checker book. The Punnett square will be big enough. So we have to draw a Punnett square that should accommodate all the 4 this side down. So you see 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. What is this for? This is for writing this gamete this side. So as I told you in the previous video, we will put symbol for the male parent and the female. Okay. Now capital R, capital Y, capital R, small y, small r, capital Y, right? Small r, small y. This gametes I am writing here. This one I will write down. Okay, again 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Again write like this. Same thing. Capital R, capital Y, capital R, small y, small r, capital Y, small r, small y. one thing I must say you, do maintain the sequence. Okay, the sequence what you are writing here should be maintained here also. Don't write it haphazardly like capital R, capital Y, and again here you are writing capital R, small y. Other, what will happen? There is nothing, no problem actually. Actually, for shuffling during when you were finding the ratio, okay, counting the numbers, it become very difficult for you. This if the sequence is not maintained. Now, so what is the combination? What will be the F2? So this is F2 generation, right? This is F2, right? The left side of the Punnett square. So R, capital R, capital R, capital Y, capital Y, Y. This two. Next, this two will be crossed. Okay, capital R, capital R, capital Y, small y. Right? See? Then here. And one more thing, while writing capital and small letters, do write it properly and neatly. Otherwise, what you do sometimes, if you do not write the, suppose R, small r and capital R are very easy to understand, but in case of Y or W, okay, this type of letters, alphabets, you make a lot of mistakes. So write it properly so that the teacher can understand while checking your script. Otherwise, you are going to, okay, lose your marks. So yes, let me discuss this. So cross between these two, you are getting capital R, capital R, capital Y, capital Y. Again, you are crossing these two, capital R, but capital Y, small I. Here too, capital R, small r, capital Y, capital Y. So capital R, small r, capital Y, small I. Okay. So what are the combinations? See, round yellow. So you write down better. Better let me use another sketch pen or another pen. Okay. It's easy for you to. So this is round yellow. Okay. What is this combination? See, capital means round, but this is also yellow because one small y. So small y is recessive. It cannot express itself in the F2. So it is also round yellow. This is also round yellow. Why? Because only one R small, other is a capital R, so it will always express itself, being a dominant nature. Y both are capital, so both are dominant. Here also see, this is the heterozygous condition. Capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. Though heterozygous, so the dominant trait will express itself, so round yellow. So why I was telling you to maintain the sequence, that is the reason. You see, you are getting round yellow, right? Now what you are going to do, you cross these two. Capital R, capital Y, small y. These two, capital R, small y, y, both small. Here capital R, capital Y, small y, right? Then capital R, small y, small y. Now you see we are getting some new combinations, okay, that were not present in the F1, neither in the parent generation. So what are they? Just tell me. This is round yellow. Why? The same cause, being a homozygous round and a heterozygous yellow. Okay, because the recessive trait will not express itself. Again, yes, this is a new combination, round but green, because both Y are small, that means recessive trait, so round green. So this is a new combination. Okay, round green. This is round yellow because heterozygous round yellow. I hope you can understand what I am saying. Here also see round green, heterozygous round. This was homozygous round. This is the heterozygous round. So round what? Green. So we have already got round green 2. So one more is required because it is in the ratio of 9:3:3:1. Now see, again we will cross these two. So what are the probabilities? See, round R, capital R, small r, capital Y, small y, capital Y, capital Y. So both round yellow. This again capital R, capital Y, small y. Small r, capital Y. Again new combination. Here too, small r, capital Y, small y. Now check this. Okay. Capital R, capital Y. Heterozygous round but homozygous yellow. So round yellow, right? This is, what is this? Capital or smaller? Heterozygous round. Heterozygous yellow, because both are heterozygous, round yellow. You can count by now how many you are getting. This is another new combination, wrinkle yellow. Smaller, that means recessive, so it is a wrinkle. Homozygous recessive, homozygous dominant, that is yellow. So wrinkle yellow, again new combination, wrinkle yellow. What is this? This is also wrinkle and yellow, because heterozygous yellow and wrinkle is a recessive trait, so obviously it will be in the homozygous form. Okay, so the last, okay, finally last row. So this is capital. The morning time you can hear so many noise coming, okay, from my neighborhood. People are blowing the conch in early morning, Bengali culture. Capital R, small r, capital Y, small I, round yellow. Let me write it later. This is also capital R, small r, right? Small y. Okay. Then small r, capital Y, small y. And finally small r, small y. Now look here. Let me tell you. These two. Capital R, small r, capital Y, small I. What is this? Round yellow? What is this? Capital R, small small y. New combination. What is that? Round green. This combination, round green. Right? This is what? Wrinkle. Smaller, wrinkle yellow. Because for heterozygous yellow. So wrinkle yellow. And this is the parental generation. Remember, wrinkle what? Green. Smaller wrinkle, small y, green. So homozygous recessive wrinkle green. Now the next work that we have to do is we have to count it. Okay, I am using another pen, another color. It makes easy for us. Okay, round yellow, I am using a red pen. So how many round yellow? Just count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Are we getting 9? Any other round yellow? I hope you have got, you have counted. There is no more round yellow. So how many round yellow we are getting? Well, 9. So round yellow. Okay, that is 9. Let's count the next new character. Okay, what is that? Wrinkle or round green. Let us count round green. Round green, 1, 2, and where is the other? 3. Okay, round green. Can you see any other round green? You will not get. So round green, 3. So I am writing it, round green. Next combination, what is that? That is wrinkle yellow, right? So which color we should use? Okay, let me use, I don't have any more color. Let me use the black one only. So wrinkle yellow. Let me make a star mark. 1. Okay. Wrinkle yellow. 1 more. Wrinkle yellow. Wrinkle yellow. So 3 wrinkle yellow, right? So wrinkle yellow. Three. And finally the wrinkle green. only one. I am putting a dot for it. Wrinkle green, only one. Okay. So wrinkle green, the parental generation, the trait of the parental generation, that is only one. So what is the combination? What is the ratio you are getting? 9 is to 3 is to 3 is to 1. So the phenotype is 9 is to 3 is to 3 is to 1. What is the phenotype? The external appearance of the trait, of the character of any organism or any nature of any type of organism. So here you see round yellow 9. Okay, means phenotypically we can see 9 round yellow, and genotypically is different. You don't have to find out the genotype. In some other video I will discuss about the genotype, how to consider the genotype. You can do it, okay, in the latter video I will explain, otherwise it will become so lengthy one. And round green is 3, wrinkle yellow is 3, and the wrinkle green is only 1. So the ratio is 9 is to 3 is to 3 is to 1 in the F2 or the second filial generation. So this is a dihybrid cross. Hope you have got the idea how to cross two pair of contrasting traits simultaneously for getting a dihybrid cross. So as I have given assignment in the previous video, this video also I am giving an assignment, so do it. The cross is a cross between a pea plant which is tall in nature, having purple flower. Okay, tall, purple, both are dominant. I have explained in the first video of the genetics. Crossed with a dwarf plant with white flower. Okay, on selfing the F1, I am not telling what will be the F1, you do it. On selfing the F1, what will be the ratio of the F2 offsprings? So this is your assignment. Let me tell you once more. A tall pea plant with purple flower is crossed with a dwarf pea plant with white flower. On selfing the F1, what will be the ratio of the F2 generation plants? This is your assignment. Hope you understood the dihybrid cross that I have mentioned in today's video. If you have any type of query, do comment me in the comment section below, and in the next video I will discuss about the sex determination video for genetics part. So till then, bye, take care.